Listen, you need to have a cool project to work on in life. If you're just waking up, going to work, coming home, and watching YouTube, that is no way to live. You need something that you're passionate about, something to give meaning to your life. I don't care whether it's woodworking, writing, filming a movie, building a business, or anything in between. I'm gonna show you exactly how to make cool shit and love doing it. The first step to making cool shit is actually finding what you wanna make. Many of you may already have this part figured out, but if you don't, I recommend taking a look back into your childhood. What were those passions and hobbies that you were just obsessed with as a kid? Did you come home from school and make art or write mini books? Find those obsessions that got lost in time as you got busier and your childhood innocence faded away. As a child, you had no responsibility to make money or to take care of anyone, so your interests were really in a default setting where you were drawn into whatever genuinely interested you. Start with your childhood obsessions, then take a look at any current hobbies, passions, or interests you have in your adult life. Maybe you loved writing as a child and nowadays you really enjoy cooking. With that, you could try writing your very own cookbook with all your hacks and tricks to making an incredible meal. The only question you really have to answer is, does the idea of pursuing this project make me feel excited and energized deep down? If the answer is yes, boom, that's your project right there. Now that you have your project, you need to understand one core idea. To make cool shit, you first have to make shit. Don't focus too much on the cool part. That'll all come later with time. You just need to start. If you want to film a movie, don't feel like you have to go buy an expensive camera and spend months learning how to edit. Film with your iPhone and just mess around with some editing software. The quickest path to making really cool shit is simply just starting. Sure, if you need to watch a 5-minute YouTube video on some basic skills, that's fine. But your goal is to get moving as soon as possible. The earlier you start, the earlier you'll start producing some incredible results. The most important part of this phase is not getting discouraged if your skills aren't up to expectation just yet. Go into your project expecting not to make something amazing, but to simply just practice. When I first started making content on this channel, my videos were shit. I kept going and they're still shit, but at least I have a bunch of subscribers and views to show for it. The point is, don't worry about your skill level at the start. I guarantee you 100% that if you keep doing this thing consistently for 1 year, whatever it is, you'll be pretty damn good at it. So now you've started making shit. Good. Now, how exactly do you level up and make cool shit? Every time you go to work on your project, I want you to set a new micro goal for every session. If you're painting, try learning a new brush technique to implement. The next session, maybe try mixing a new color. You want to improve something, 1% every single session. Not only does this keep your project interesting and fun, but it allows you to actually get good at the thing. Don't try to take 20 steps every session. This will just lead to burnout and frustration, and that's never fun. Take it one small step at a time. There's no pressure and no rush. You're doing this for you, no one else. Now, you're starting to make some pretty cool shit. What do you do with this new talent? Well, you're going to start setting major milestones for yourself, and I beg you to not skip this step. When you set major goals that seem way out of reach, then actually achieve them, there is no better high in the entire world. Your project may very well be a lifelong endeavor, but you should always have milestones that you're reaching for. I want this channel to be a decade-long project for me, but in the shorter term, I'm striving for 50,000 subs, then 100K after that. Let's say you want to try woodworking. Maybe your first goal is to build your very own dining table and host dinner there. After that, maybe you try selling one of your pieces. You can get creative here, but make your goals meaningful to you. Now, the final step is optional, but I highly recommend hearing me out. If social media or being a creator has ever sounded even remotely interesting to you, start up a new page and document your whole journey with this project. But why is this such a good idea? I don't care whether you're using Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or anything else. Social media is the ultimate form of accountability. It can make you famous, and it can even open new doors and make you a ton of money. And if you don't care about any of that, just make the account private because it's still an incredible way for you to document your journey for you to look back on decades from now. If you do want to share your journey publicly, I say go for it. There's no harm in trying it out because people have built massive followings off of the most random skills and projects. Just look at those wood turning accounts or those guys who build houses by hand in the jungle. The cool part is that if you don't want friends or family knowing about this account, just open a new profile and don't tell anyone. By the time anyone finds it, chances are you've grown a big enough following for it to be something you shouldn't be embarrassed by. I've always heard that the best teacher to learn from is the one who's only a couple steps ahead of you. This channel isn't massive yet, but I do have a really good idea on how to grow a good sized audience from zero. If you guys want to see a video on how to grow an audience from 0 to your first 1,000, drop a comment below, and if enough of you guys request it, I got you. But for now, that's basically it, guys. Find your project, start making shit, slowly start making better shit, set milestones to make cool shit, and have a real good time on the journey. I'll see you in the next one.